Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of GENIE, where we will be looking at GREYVILLE, the polytrack today, 19th of August. But before we look at the form and betting, just quickly one or two things that I would like to touch on. First of all, Outside of GENIE, for those who are looking for the first time, uh, is a service where we do a form analysis of the form and we give that then to punters so that they can take this outsider selection, because our forte is to get outsiders that you can put into play that will give you the bigger dividend. I will show you just now how that came into play on Monday at the Vault. If you want to receive this free video every day, just subscribe and ring the bell and you will get notified once the video is posted. We are also on social media. You can find us there on Twitter, Instagram, and there are our WhatsApp details. This channel is currently this preview is currently sponsored by VYVO, the leaders in artificial health and intelligence. At the end of the video, we will tell you how you can go about winning a health watch to the value of 5,000 Rand in our Gold Cup competition. So before we go further, I would just quickly touch on a feedback on the racing on Monday. On Monday, we gave you in the first race, we gave you a single red rose. That one, that was 5-1 on the bookies, although shorter on the tote. Then in race 2, we gave you 7 and 9. Number 9 paying 2 Rand, 3 Rand 40 a place, and number 7, 2 Rand 10. That was our outsider selections. What you will see, we always give you 3 selections, which is the first selection is our outright winner, and the other 2 is our outsider selections that we can think that might win a place. Number 3, single red rose, was our outright selection to win this race. Then in race number 3, we gave you 2 outsiders. Well, number 5, I gave you as an outright winner, Capella Magna. That was about 12-1 at the time that I quoted, that I did my selections. And this horse went down by a nostril. It took the judges a few minutes to separate him in number 4. And then I gave you number 11, Maroon Penny. That horse was 50-1. And I said that this horse is going to run an improved race. Now, if you followed my selections, we did gave the quartet a selection. The quartet paid 5,255. And the reason why that paid so much was because of this number 11, Maroon Penny, that ran 4th. Then we move down a little bit here. I did say El Ramananji is going to run well with Stradom and Francis. Also Stop to Nothing. I did mention that ran a few good races, 2 races ago. And then here in race 7, my outright selection again was Old Man Time. I did say that I think that the favorite, it is too far for that favorite, and that proved to be the case. But then our biggest achievement on Monday was I gave number 1 Whirly as my outright selection, not as an outsider selection. I gave this horse to win the race. At the time that I gave the selection, this horse was 50-1 at the bookmakers and paying 25 Rand and 5 Rand 80 a place. So if you put that in maybe with your selections, you could have made a bit of money. So just get back to our previous screen. So I just want to mention that we had a nice thing on July Day, and we're going to try and repeat it on Gold Cup Day again. With the July Day, we got Pierre Stradom to do a preview, and he has agreed to do it again. But the difference this time is that he'll be riding on Gold Cup Day, and will give us also his thoughts on the horses that he would be riding. And then what we will do 6 separate videos. We will do a preview of each Pick 6 race by race. So like on July, I did 6 videos from race 4 till race 9, which I will do again for the Gold Cup, but that will only be available to subscribers. I still do a general video on the non Pick 6 races, which I will post on the channel. Right, so we put together nice packages. If you package 1, if you sign up now from 1 September to 31st of December, we will give you a cost of 1,200, where your normal cost would have been 2,000 Rand. We can sign up now and get selections from now till end of September for 400 Rand, or you can just sign up for the World Cup weekend, that will be 150 Rand. You can sign up now till the end of August, which is 200 Rand, or if you sign up for the next 2 weekends, it will be 70 Rand. It's not 105, it will be 70 Rand. Okay, so what do we give you when you subscribe? You get daily analysis, race by race selection, outright winner and 2 possible outsider selections, value bets, normally 6 to 1 or better. Best bet of the day, we don't give you odds on, you can find that yourself. We try and give you decent value best bets of the day. We also give you quartet and trifecta selections, which sometimes pay quite handsomely, as well as affordable PA and pick 6, which you can then take that pick 6 and that PA, play it as is, or add yours in, or take some of those numbers, add them with your numbers, as you can do as you like. Just to show you, when you do subscribe, you will get a daily sheet like this with all the information on board, the daily race by race selections, the pick 6, PA, trifecta and quartet, daily value bets, best bet, and then sometimes I give a small patent that you can play. So let's go now racing. Let's go to the racing, and let's have a look here at the racing. Sorry, I just want to scroll back to the top. We can start off with race number 1. Race number 1 is a maiden plate over 1,200 meters. So let's quickly look at the betting. Just waiting to open up. Okay, here we are. Race number 1. Where the betting is as follows: Veteran Gold 22 to 10, Shastina 5 to 2, Umzunduzi 26 to 10, Z1 Noir 10 to 1, 14 to 1, Indigo Moon 14 to 1, Tinted Vision, Love All Things 40 to 1, and Longer the Rest. Guys, I just want to say to you today on this card, it's not going to be easy card. It's a very difficult card today again. Not a card to go big on. Definitely lots of horses with chances. It's on the poly. But I think I found the normal poly, the horses do probably run to form, but you do get the odd big outsider that comes in. And all right, so let's have a look at race 1 to over 1,200 meters. So here we have number 1 is a Indigo Moon. It's from Brett Crawford's stable. It only had 1 run at the Vaal. It's getting -2.5, and I think that this horse will be an improver over this distance. So definitely want to include. First timers, I'm not sure about a first timer, but there is a first timer that I want to touch on. I see number 3, Rule the Runway, is scratched. Here's number 5, Glitter and Gold, which is the favorite. This horse has run well, has run places on the poly, has run 2 seconds and a third, definitely in with a chance. But what I'm looking here is that, Justin Snape, he is a master in preparing a horse first time out. So here we have Act of War, a filly by Al Mufti Mir. What's the betting? But I'm sure that this horse will not be without a prayer, will definitely be involved in the finish. Then we have a first timer from Van Sales stable, the Dynasty, out of Arakinbe. I would think that this horse would probably need longer. So, but what's the betting? Warren Kennedy riding, the champion jockey for the previous season. So I would think also maybe in with a small chance. There's another horse that I want to look at here, and that's number 12. Number 12 is a Global View filly by a VAR mare. Now, I can tell you guys that this is nice breeding. This Global View, I think another Global View won the other day, also first time out, like at 53 to 1. They run well. I think this is a stallion with a future by VAR that gives him the speed. This horse showed a bit of speed on the Scottsville 1200, now on the sand, getting -4, definitely a horse that you need to include into your selections. So let's move on to race number 2, which is a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1200 meters. You will notice that today there's a lot of races for fillies and mares. Maybe it's some sort of a ladies' day at GREYVILLE today. Here we have another Justin Snape's first timer, 14 to 10. I think if I would be you, I would probably take a double to Justin Snape to win the first 2 races. It might pay a few rand. 14 to 10, Lucy Lou, 7 to 2, 13 to 2, Cantata Choir, Albia, AB was Abia, 10 to 1, Live My Dream, 10 to 1, Duchess of Cornwall, 12 to 1, Green Dream, 20 to 1, and 25 to 1, and longer the rest. So let's have a look at race number 2. Okay, so here we have the first timer Silvana out of Gibraltar Blue by Rock of Gibraltar. Gibraltar Blue was a horse that won a few races over sprints. I do believe that this colors is the same colors as those for Stradivarius, if I'm not mistaken. And I think, seeing that they're already backing this horse, I'm going to stick with this to be the winner of the race. But yeah, horses with chances. Let's quickly have a look at him. Abia is currently 10 to 1. It's another Silvano 4-year-old filly by Almafte Arabian Impress. Impress, it's nice breeding. This horse has shown some sort of, pace. But I would think on the poly will probably suit this horse as Silvanos. They do run well on the poly, so definitely include into your selections. Here we have number 6, Lady Lucy Lou. Did well run in her first race behind Siva Star, and did run well at the end, fastest 400 to finish. And it's also a Coupe de Graaf filly by Rock of Gibraltar mare, nice breeding, and definitely we're not without a chance if the current first timer favorite Fluffy's Rhine. I'm attractive. Put into your backing of your quartets. I've got an idea this horse might be improved. Number 8, Duchess of Cornwall. Now, Duchess of Cornwall has run in a few juveniles. If you have a look here, there 5 Lang, 9 Wanda Spirit, which is not a bad race. That has won again the other day when I tipped it at 16 to 1. It won. Has been off the track and then came back on the 15th of July, running a reasonable race, fighting at the end. I think we'll be fitter now. Duchess of Cornwall currently at 12 to 1. Do include in all your bets. I think Green Dream can also be included, be improved, put in a bucket of your quartets. So that is race 2. Let's move on to race number 3. Now, race number 3, I'm not going to give any selections, but because the reason is this. If you look at the betting, we have this race number 3. We have first timers, both from the Janssen van Vieren stable, 2 to 1 on a high note, and 22 to 10 Wild Eye, El Toro 5 to 1, Battle of Sterling 9 to 1, Theodon no name, but Theodon, whatever, 12 to 1, Gaza Gallop 12 to 1. Yeah, there's not a lot of form, and I think you should just watch the betting here on race number 3. Don't go big on race number 4. There is other race number 3. There are other horses with chances. So let's then move on to race number 4, where I'll then do the preview for race number 4. Here we have number 5, Celtic Voyager, 14 to 10. So far, 15 to 4. Just a Guy Thing, 92. Big Blue Marble, 6 to 1. Winter Blues, 8 to 1. Kingsmead, 11 to 1. And Baron Rooney, 11 to 1. Guys, let me go down to race number 4 here. And the horse that I want to talk about is the following horse. Is this Big Blue Marble. Now, this horse, I would think, is a very difficult horse. If you look here, sometimes head up, heels clip, jump in the trees, pace, hanging, restless. But I think if this horse can put it together on the poly, which is going to be his first run on the poly, and the speed that this horse shows, they might not catch this horse. But You know, as I say, you bet this horse at your pedal, because if the true big blue marble shows up, this will be race over. But you never know which one shows up. But at 6 to 1, it is definitely worth a bet to try and, you know, to put a few rand on this horse, because I think if this horse wants to run, he will be the difficult horse to beat in this field. Another horse I want to recommend to you is number 4, Baron Rooney. This horse comes from Gauteng, and then went to Kimberley with Cliffy Miller. Is now back here on the poly. Has only had one run behind Good Rhythm last time, and it's slightly up in class, but with only 52.5, Lyle Hewitson running. This horse is not a donkey. He can run a bit, and if he shows the same speed from the jump, yeah, that can be involved in the finish. Here we have number 5, Celtic Warrior, which is the favorite. Um, Getting the -2, carrying 60 then, has won some good races, hasn't run on a poly before, so first time out on a poly, but I don't foresee a problem, so can definitely be involved here in the finish. Just another horse I quickly want to touch on before I move on to race number 5, and that's number 2, Winter Blues. Okay, Winter Blues has been running there and thereabouts, has had a few runs on this poly course and distance. Louis Oosthuizen stable is in form, so don't leave out this horse out of anything. And then also include number 1 in the back end of your quartet, because if you look here at the last few runs there, uh, this horse, Kingsmead and Winter Blues, has been running against each other, but I see in most of the cases that they run against each other, Winter Blues has finished in front of Kingsmead, but Kingsmead, not a donkey herself, has had quite a few runs on this course and distance, and is definitely not a donkey, so you need to include. So let's move on to race number 5. Which is a Fillies and Mares 85 handicap over 1,100 meters. Class C, merit rated 79. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have the betting and number of race number 5. Clock Stopper 33-10. Extravagant 9-2. Hop, Skip and Jump 7-1. Words of Oz 7-1. Captain of Color 8-1. Coyote Girl 9-1. Ginger Business Kid 9-1. Yars 9-1. Dive Captain 10-1. 14-1 and longer the rest. So yeah, this is one of those difficult races. Lots of horses, lots of chances, and here we go. Let's go down to this horse here, number 11, Words of Oz. This horse carrying 65, but getting the 4 off. And I think this horse is a horse of the future. Has won 2 races, and then but hasn't run badly. Last time out behind Candy Colors, ran a 23.2, 23.1. I do think that this horse has got ability and is my choice to win this race. This filly from Crusade. Then there's other horses with chances. Let's have a look at them quickly. Um, Number 1, Beat It, GENIE on board. This horse has had a bad draw last time and didn't run too bad behind Dive Captain from a 12 out of 12. Has run on a poly, has won twice on a poly. Mark Corner board, drawn 1, has run in higher divisions. This race is a 79 ability rating, has been running in a 98. 84, 87, 82, 84. So definitely run against some stronger opposition. So it's down in class and probably also a horse that you need to include in all your play. Then we have Extravagant, also a horse running there and thereabouts. Um, Definitely a horse with a chance. Sean Wheel from draw 2 has run against also some strong opposition, also down in class. Do include in all your bets. Number 5, Coyote Girl. Coyote Girl has got markers on board, drawn 5, has also run and has had 4 runs on a poly, which the horse won 2 of that. Definitely a horse who got a chance last time out behind Candy Galore, off pace, no threat. But I think this horse can improve. Markers on board, definitely inclusion in all your bets. And I just want to go down here to the favorite, Clockstopper. Now, Clockstopper, last time out, won that race against on the wall, but unfortunately the race was cancelled because the siren went off. Did run against Yars in his previous race here, gotten beaten by a short head. Musi riding for Wire Marvin horse definitely has a chance. So it's not 157 days last race. It is like a week ago that they won the race. But for me, it's not a certainty, but do have a chance. So now I want to move on to race number 6. Race number 6 is a merit rated 86 handicap over 2,000 meters, class C, merit rating 79. Race 6, we have number 7, Donald McDonald, Pollard 5-1, Backpacker 30-2, 8-1, Into the Future, Great Warrior 10-1, Smart Sox 12-1, Fact 12-1, Monarchy 12-1, Strong 14-1, 25-1, and longer the rest. So yeah, I'm just quickly going to touch on my selections here because I don't want to make this video too long because there's a lot of today there's 10 races. So here in race number 6, my first selection is number 7, Donald McDonald. I do think that this horse is an improver. Won well last time. It came from behind, like the other horses was standing still, was running strong. It's a 4-year-old improving. I think this horse is going to be hard to beat today. Then I want to include number 1, Smart Sox is also a horse of ability, has run really good races, definitely not to leave out. Then number 2, Fact. Do include this into your play with Martian Wine for on board. Can upset in this race. I think it's currently like 14-1 or something like that. Yeah, 12-1. So do include into your play if you can afford. Then I want to go down to number 10, Joseph Jagger. Joseph Jagger is also an ideal world, very well bred. And this also has been running there and thereabouts. This race is a 79, has run against strongest 82, 86, 82. There was a 68, which the horse won easily. This horse is like 20-1. Do include in all your play. 11, Great Warrior is also a horse that you need to include. Has also been running well. Last time out was third behind McDonald. Merlin from Berlin. She beat this Merlin from Berlin. Merlin from Berlin came out the other day and won a race. So 11, Great Warrior, definitely a horse that you need to include in all your play. So let's move down to race number 7. Race number 7 is a Felicia Mayer 67, Class D, average merit rating 61. Race 7, the betting is as follows. Number 4, Santa Victoria, 2-1, Sacharos 6-1, Super Fluke 6-1, Pinnacalora 7-1, Barnios 8-1, Clara 10-1, 12-1, and longer the rest. This race also a very open race. My fancy in this race is number, I want to go down there, number 11, which is Super Fluke. And sorry about this. Lyle Hewison from draw 11. This horse is a front runner. He runs well from the front. And I think Lyle Hewison from that draw, he'll have no option that to go to the front. And I think that this horse is the correct horse to win this. Well, is the horse that's got the biggest chance of winning this race. Because if Lyle Hewitson, he knows how to ride the horse from the front. If he can keep this horse going, I think it might be hard to catch. Another horse that I want to look at is number 9, which is Barinos Muzieni riding. This horse also a front runner, likes to go to the front, and I think with Yeni today on board, I've been following this horse for a long time now, 497 days since his last win, and I'm sure he's going to have his chance shortly. Then I want to go to number 8, which is Adorable Analia. Adorable Analia also run and has run against a little bit stronger position in the past. Jason Gates on board, and I also are looking for this horse to run a forward race. Frank Robertson is getting some nice winners. Definitely one of the horses that you need to include in all your play. Yeah, there's lots of horses with chances in this race, so let's move on to race number 8. But before we move on to race number 8, there's just some homework I need to do here. So let's quickly talk about that. This VYVO, who are sponsoring this preview, has got a business opportunity. Be the owner of your own global artificial intelligence business. Artificial intelligence is impacting the future of virtually every industry and every human being. Healthcare and wellness are the fields where AI is going to have the biggest impact. VYVO now offers you a business opportunity where you don't have to pay any upfront fees. A very exciting concept being launched, first of its kind, not seen in South Africa before. VYVO are now in a pre-launch stage in Africa and need persons to assist with pre-launch and be trained as team leaders in order to assist in building and training teams for the launch phase. The opportunity gives you the fastest growing markets worldwide, great products with real market demand, customer referral program, free to join, a lucrative compensation plan, and the most exciting instant business. So if you are interested, WhatsApp 061 231 0193, VYVO Business Opportunity. Please support our sponsors. So let's move to race number 8, where the betting is as follows. Number 7, Corvette Captain, 92, 11 to 2, Southern Soldier, 6 to 1, Keep on Dancing, the It Factor, 7 to 1, Go Man Go, 8 to 1, Hey Boy, 8 to 1, Master of Destiny, 8 to 1, and 14 to 1, and longer the rest. Also one of those very open races. So let's have a look at race number 8 quickly. Yeah, my first selection, let's just go down here, is number 12, which is the Ick Factor. Why am Marvin again? Muzieni. This was last time went start to finish over the 1600 meters, and I'm sure the It Factor won't have a problem with the 1400 meters. Has also won 2 races back over 1450. Yeah, I see this also by time thief. I think the time thief is taking a little bit of time, but there are some of them now that running well. It's by Fordwood, and I think that this horse is going to be a horse that's going to win a few races. So definitely, in my mind, the one to beat. Then I just want to scroll back to the top of the field again, where I want to touch on number 1. What a Blast. Now, What a Blast is by from the Boss stable and has been running there and thereabouts. Last time out, that ran in C divisions. Now finding it back in the C division, but in the 77 has run against some stronger 86D, 84D, 81, 82, and I'm looking for What a Blast to run an improved race today. Then also Go Man Go can improve. Hasn't had a lot of races. Now second time on the third time on the poly. Hasn't shown much, but I'm sure with Keegan the Meadow on board, this horse from Give Me the Green Light, this gelding might be an improver. Number 3, Sovereign Soldier, definitely in with a chance, has placed and run some nice races. So definitely inclusion in all bets. Number 4, our boy, hasn't done this distance. So it's the first time. So keep an eye on that. I'm not sure how this horse is going to do because the dam has thrown a few nice horses, but they are all sprinters. So I'm not sure how boy over this 1400 meters. So that then concludes my preview for race number 8. So let's go to race number 9. Race number 9 is a fillies and mare 60 handicap class E58. Let's look at the betting. Here the betting is number 13, Flaming Desire 28 to 10, Love Jess 22, 28 to 10, 13 Rock, 5 Rock Music 9 to 2, Mambo Lyric 11 to 2, Spring Lightning 10 to 1, 10 to 1 Noble Princess, Starlet Impress 12 to 1, 14 to 1 and longer. I just want to see what was the scratching here because number 6 was a scratching, so that bring in number 13, Flaming Desire. So we'll have a look at it just now because that wasn't a scratching earlier. So I never brought number 13 into my calculations. So guys, yeah, I want to recommend to you this horse. Number 2, Starlight Impress. Last time out over 1200 meters, this horse shown pace, but I think the 1200 meters is too short. This horse won here on the 23rd of July from a merit rated of 62. He won at 25 to 1 over a 1450. Now, then in August, the horse's merit rated was raised by 10 points, so he was raised to 75. Now he's ready. His rating has gone down steadily every time. He's now back on a merit rated 62 on a distance that he likes, drawn to, and he has run against some stronger 74 years, 70 years Marmalade, the 74. Now down in class, and I'm sure Startup Impress today from draw 2 is going to run a huge race. Only had 2 runs on the poly, so not sure, but it was over distance. A year he ran over the 1400. Okay, that was in a gravel course. I'm looking, yeah, over the 1200 on the poly. But this horse was, you could see this horse was there, but he wasn't outpaced. The 1400 meter will suit him today, and I think number 2, Starlet Impress, definitely a huge runner. You'll find a lot of a lot of ex Kimberley trainers having horses here today. So be careful. The best thing I would do here is put in the field. Here's number 8, Noble Princess. It's a Cliffy Miller. The 61 getting 9, minus 2.5. Well, this horse has run some reasonable races in Kimberley, but the reason why I'm just telling him, to put in him is of Cliffy Miller. Cliffy Miller already had 2 or 3 winners, and this horse is not badly bred, so might be anything. Here it ran behind a lure won 4 lengths the other day. So on form, you can't, put this horse in, but I'm putting him really in because of the Cliffy Miller factor and getting minus 2.5. And the same goes for number 11. Mambo Lyric, also another Cliffy Miller's inmate, but has had 1 run, didn't run too badly, 6 lengths behind Passivity. Okay, that was in a 62, now running in a 58, so a little bit down in class, but do fancy the distance, had some wins and places, Moosie any riding from draw 11, so can be a factor. Another horse that you might want to include into your play is number 10, the Great Queen. The Great Queen has also been running well in Gauteng, and then went to to Kimberley, where they had 1 bad run, but now getting the minus 4, so definitely a conclusion into your play. So that's race number 9, and let's get to race number 10, which is a maiden plate over 1400 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Maiden plate over 1400 meters, where we have number 6, Bezos 15 to 10, Bless My Path 92, Full Blast 92, Cherokee Chief 7 to 1, Got Traveling 13, Maputo 13, Plates of Honor 16, and 20 to 1, and longer the rest. Guys, before I go there, I just want to quickly look. I must say, I wanted to look at. I forgot. I wanted to look at the number 13, Flaming Desire, because I didn't look at him before. So, and that's now the favorite. So what we have here is a 6-year-old me. Yeah, has been running decent races against a little bit stronger opposition. I see here she's now running in a 58 and has run against 69, 68, there and thereabouts. Yeah, I do think it has got a chance. So maybe beware, include number 13 into all of your play. I see I also have to then chase some of my selections here to include number 13, Flaming Desire. But I'll still stick to my original number 2, Starlight Impress, to win the race. So, but do include 13, Flaming Desire, because it is now a runner. So now let's move back to race number 10. Now race number 10, quickly, we have number 1 here, Bless My Path, has had one run, was in front and then faded, maybe a little bit fitter now. Lyle Hewitson riding, definitely in with a chance. Then I want to have a look here at number 5 and 6. Now these horses finish on top of each other behind Times New Roman, Full Blast finishing third, and then number 4, Bezos, finishing 4.5 lengths behind. But now, if you, what I can't understand, if you have a look at the betting, that's 15 to 10 and Full Blast is 92. But now look here, you know, Full Blast ran, nearly 2 lengths in front of Bezos, and his time was 24.1, second fastest 400. So Bezos was 24.2, third fastest. So I don't know. For me, number 5 should finish in front of number 6. It just makes sense. But yeah, you know, well, who am I? I'm just a form analyzer. But the horse that I want to show you today, it's a nice outsider which you can play, and that's Pledge of Honor. Now, Pledge of Honor has had 2 runs. Now, they brought out this horse in his first race. They brought him out in a juvenile. He ran 6.7 lanes behind Walls of Dubrovnik. Now, Walls of Dubrovnik was placed in a small future on July day. So this horse must have a bit of ability. Now they're putting this horse over the 1400 meters. There, it said saddle slip. I'm sure this horse is going to be suited to the 1400 meters, and also has had this one run on Polly. So if you're looking for a nice outsider, 11, Pledge of Honor, definitely the horse to include. Then also number 10, is not without a prayer, Maputo. Again, Mr. Marwing bringing a horse down from Gauteng. Time Thief, I look to me like he likes his time thieves. Okay, this horse has had a few runs. First time out, ran 1.2 behind, up close and personal over 1,000 meters. Then over the 1400 meters last time, says never dangerous. But now the first time on the Polly, definitely include in all your play. And then the last horse I want to look at is number 12, James Dancer. James Dancer with a on top, nice jockey, did improve last time over the 1400 Polly. Definitely a horse that you need to put in all your play. So that then concludes our analysis. Just quickly, something that I want to do, that I want to share with you, and that is our Gold Cup competition that we have for you. Now, we have a Gold Cup competition where VYVO is giving away a VYVO Live SEL watch to the value of 5,000 Rand. And all you have to do is enter the competition and then predict who will be the winner of the 2020 Gold Cup. And you can post your answer via the link we will have in the below section that you can post. You can join that WhatsApp group and post your selection there. Just the rules of the competition quickly. Only 1 entry per cell number. Just as decision final. By entering, you give VYVO permission to send you advertising material from time to time. Winner will be announced on 7 September, and delivery time for watch will be 6 to 8 weeks after announcement of winners. So that then concludes our preview of today's racing. I hope you can make a bit of money, and as I always say, break a leg.